Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we have traveled to Martinsville for the Martinsville 100. This is going to be race number 3 of the More Freedom series, season 5, and still new to the season. But let's go through your current top 10 in points. Your points leader is the rookie, the 710 of Roddy. Second's going to be the 00 of Mudbone. Third will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. Fourth will be the 203 of Signs. Fifth will be the 51 of AJM. Sixth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Seventh will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Eighth will be the 799 of Mike Check. And tied for ninth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. And last week's winner, the 333 of Keeping It Twisted. So let's look at your current top 10 in points. Checking in on those team and chassis standings. Amish Buggy Racing leads the way with Douche Motorsports second, MBR third, Scorer Racing fourth, and Groovy Green Racing fifth. Chassis standings look like this. Chevy, Dodge, and Toyota. So Chevy took over the top spot last week from Dodge. As I get these cars fired up, let's quickly go through your starting top 10. Starting on the pole will be the 799 of Mike Check. And on his outside, the 42 of Mel Say What. Starting third will be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. And on his outside, the 07 of Douche Baggins. Starting fifth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. And on her outside, the 72 of Duchess. Starting seventh will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. And on his outside, the 10 of Scooter. Starting ninth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 77 of Zip. So that's a look at your starting top 10 today for this Martinsville 100 as Mike Check leads us off at turn 4. Mel on the outside. They're coming down to the green flag. It is out. We're underway here at Martinsville. So Mike with a good jump right now out to the front of this field. Battling right now for the second position is going to be the 42 of Mel and the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Ice Cream is putting her hat into the mix right now as she's kind of working to the back bumper of both of those drivers. So Mel is trying to get around the outside right now on that 544 Frederick Winklebaum. Let's quickly bring up your timing and scoring. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Favorite driver scrolling across the top. So Mel is she does work around the outside to get around the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, so she takes back over her second position in which she started on the outside pole. So Mike Check leads away here early going. We're going to have hopefully 100 laps of green flag action here today. Working lap number 3 right now as we'll jump back to the back of this pack. As we see them starting to line up here, we got the 14 of Liz Has Nothing, the 07 and the 72. So a couple Douche Motorsports drivers right here. As the 96 of Nico, who started in the 13th position, has now worked himself up to the number 10. Rough year so far in the early going for the 96 of Nico, as he is currently running last in points and hoping for a good day here today at Martinsville. Abnormal for him to be way back there in the back of the pack as he normally is over the last 3 seasons, has been in a contention to win the points championship. Finished top 10 in the one season 2 and finished top 10 in season 3 and 4. But we're already lined up single file so far. Let's check in on the back of your pack as we see the 23 of Fuller Than You battling right now for the last position with the 3 of Geek Girl Games and the 40 of Veteran Chaos right now. So a lot of double file action back here in the back of the pack as we see your points leader right there, the 710 of Roddy running right back here in the back. So we'll see how Roddy does here at the short track. First short track in his rookie season. We'll see what he has for it as the 25 of JTM currently stuck on the outside. So we do see, again, the outside of this, I haven't said this, but the outside is definitely the slower way around this track. And if they can get down to the inside, they can start making passes, start making moves. As we see, Mel has cut the lead on the 799 of Mike Check. So the Liquid Molly sponsored Dodge for Team Raining Tacos here The 42 of Mel Say What has almost caught up to the back bumper, that 799 of Mike Check. Just kind of leaving the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum, who's in hot pursuit right now, in the dust. As you recall from last week, Winkle had a little bit of an incident going into the pits last week, caused a major accident, and really killed the chances of a lot of drivers last week. So he's got a little bit of a stain on his reputation right now in that Geico-sponsored Dodge for RP Racing. But Mel not able. Mike Check has just kept the hammer down here. Mel made a little bit of a, she caught up a little bit, but now that is expanded again by about another 1/10 of a second. Beautiful. Look at that orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car. Checking the back of the pack. Looks like JTM, again, still caught on the outside right now. He's getting pushed all the way to the back of the pack. JTM, having started in the 26th position, is now finally down to the bottom of the track. Excuse me. He's finally down to the bottom of the track and is going to try to make up some spots here. Giving Fuller a little bit of room. JTM just, his car, they're going to have to work on this one later on today in the pits. I'm not sure how many laps we're going to have to go here at Martinsville. Could be 40, could be 60 laps, could be a 1 or 2 lap affair here, or 1 or 2 lap stop. 1 or 2 stop race is what I was trying to say. We'll jump back up to the front of this field, and we do see Mel has caught back up to the back of the 799 of Mike Check. So Mike just out here really just cruising right now with 84 laps to go, probably 83 laps to go. Mike, there's no sense rushing it right now. You got 84 laps to go. Anything can happen in 84 laps. Settle in, just drive, hit your marks, drive your drive, all those things. So Mike Check leads the way. He's led all 16 laps so far. They've kind of settled down here at the front of the field. First ones battling right now are the 999 of Deviant and the 77 of Zip. So Zip's about to lose that spot to the 999. Into turn one, hammers the brakes. Zip has to get on him too. As we see the 49 of Jetman right now battling with the 88 of NM. So MBR battling right here with each other in the form of the 88 and the 49. Second place in points, the 00 Mudbone down to the inside of the 47 of Dash. Looks like the 51 of AJM might try to come with him here. So Mudbone trying to work up from the 14th position. He's currently, actually had fallen back. He's currently 19th right now. So watching that 00 Mudbone battle with the 47 of Dash right here. We're going to see if AJM decides to stick his nose in there as well as the 13 of King of the Aces. The King of the Ace. Yeah. Coda gives a little bit of a nudge right there to the 51 of AJM, pushes him a little bit high as we see the 00 Mudbone does take that position away. AJM gets a great run off the turn. As we see Jetman finally, I think, is going to get around the 88 of NM here. Let's right along with second position. The 42 of Mel Says What as she tries to catch up to your leader, the 799 of Mike Check. So Mel is trying to play catch up to the 799 of Mike Check. She's currently within 0.3 of a second, just a couple car lengths back from your leader, the 799, who has led all 29 laps here today. Make that 30 laps here today. Jump back through this field, see what's happening. Everybody kind of just settled down right now. Looks like the 88 of NM does get around the 49 of Jetman. The 47 of Dash makes it back around the 00 of Mudbone. So everybody's kind of just hanging out right now. We'll see who's back here in the last position this time. Looks like JTM has fallen all the way back to the back. He's about 4 seconds ahead of the 799 of Mike Check. So I was probably going to run into some traffic here before the end of this fuel run for your leaders. Let's go through your current top 10 right now. Your leader is the 799 of Mike Check. Second's going to be the 42 of Mel Say What. Third will be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Fourth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Fifth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. Sixth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Seventh will be the 14 of Liz Has Nothing. Eighth will be the 72 of Duchess. Ninth will be the 07 of Douchebag. It's rounding out your top 10. Will be the 96 of Nico here on lap number 34 of 100 at Martinsville for the Martinsville 100 here in the More Freedom Series. So we're currently running at about 19-second laps, with our fastest lap of the day was an 18.96 second lap by Queen of Hearts at a 99.837 miles per hour. So we're not quite a we're not quite a second off. We've lost about 3 or 4 tenths of a second from the fastest lap of the race here on lap number 36. So I'm wondering, excuse me, I'm wondering if we will need to, if we'll start seeing pit stops about lap number 40, which is in about 3 laps. I was doing a little bit of math in my head right there. So if we have a, well, that's a 2.5 mile. Daytona's 2.5 miles, and that was 10 laps. 1.5 miles was 20 laps. So I would say either lap 40, 50, in the next 20 laps, I think we're going to start seeing pit stops. Trying to remember from last season, but yeah, I was last season. So Mel has really put her car on the back bumper of the 799 of Mike Check, which is great for her, in the sense that if she can get into the pits, she a little bit squirrely into the turn, late on the brakes, went a little high, lost a couple car lengths here on the 799. But what I was saying is that if she can get a clean run into the pits, it could be very beneficial for her, because if she comes in first, she might be able to get a great outlap. And if she gets a good pit stop by her crew, she get a great outlap like Twisted did last week, could propel her to the lead here. So we're working lap number 42 with 58 to go. Actually, it's going to be about 57 to go as he crosses the stripe. So 57 laps to go here at Martinsville. 7 laps away from halfway. Your leader is the 799 of Mike Check for the Drop Bear Racing Team. He's really delivering here today in that Red Rooster Toyota for Drop Bear. Jump up to the back of the field. You can see him now onto the same straightaway as the folks in the back of the pack. The 25 of JTM really looking for maybe a caution or some shenanigans in front of him, something to happen. He's going to definitely need into the pits, in and out quickly, and get a good stop by the MBR crew. Historically, MBR, though, has not had the best of pit stops in the More Freedom Series as another lap ticks off here. We can see everybody's now basically nose to tail into the 9th position. And we got like a second pack going on right now with the leader of that pack as the 96 of Nico. 88 of NM has put a few car lengths up on the 49 of Jetman. That is for the 16th position. Check in on there. There's your last week's winner, the 333 of Keeping It Twisted. She's currently running back in the 28th position right now. We'll check in on your points leader, the 710 of Roddy. He's way back right now in 34th. But as we cross halfway, I think we get one more lap to halfway. We're on lap number 49. So didn't quite go halfway. Frederick's going to take over the lead here. I think your leader at halfway is going to be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. So Winkle's probably going to get those 5 bonus points here. Lap number 50. Yeah, your leader at halfway, the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. He's into the pits, followed by the 356 of Ice Cream Someday. So Winkle leads us in at halfway. The 666 of Pistol Pete takes over the lead. Pistol Pete currently 3rd in points after his horrendous rookie season last year. Looks like he's staying out for another lap. He is trying to make it all the way to the end of this race with one stop. And I mean, it might be close for the 799 and the 482 and those drivers that did come in a little bit early, at lap 49. So, but Pistol Pete is giving it his all right now and really just working. And it's kind of beneficial as he's going to probably be the last person into the pits, and he may or may not have a bunch of people just, one more lap for him right here. He is getting as many laps as he can led. As we see all those people coming out of the pits right now. So this is a great strategy, I feel like, for the 666 of Pistol Pete. He's actually caught up to almost the back of the 42 of Mel Say What and the 799 of Mike Check. So Pistol Pete is in. Looks like he's going to have a free run into the pits here. We see the 13 of King of the Aces is not coming out of his stall. So watching, he gets another lap led here. He is into the pits. We're going to watch him take on his right side tires. They're going to work on that Pennzoil Dodge for Amish Buggy Racing. Right side tires going on. Next set on the wall. Fuel going in. Left side tires going on to that 666 of Pistol Pete. Getting as much fuel as they can into that car. They don't actually have to take a fuel run. And he is down and away. He's out of the pits. He's down and away. We're going to see where he comes out. He might come out in the 3rd position here. We're going to check on timing and scoring as he might actually be in the 4th position. Because I think your leader might be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum here. Yeah, look at this. Huge change at the front of this field. Let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Second's going to be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Third will be the 14 of Liz Has Nothing. Fourth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Fifth will be the 42 of Mel Say What. Sixth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. Seventh will be the 72 of Duchess. Eighth will be the 07 of Douchebaggins. Ninth will be the 96 of Nico. And rounding out your current top 10 will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. So great pit run by the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. He does lead at halfway, and not only that, he will come out of the pits as your leader after everybody cycled through. So there's a good possibility that, I mean, everybody could make it to the end of this race at this point, I feel like. And really, you know, Winkle might only have to deal with the 356 of Ice Cream some days at this point towards the end of this race with 39 laps to go. So Mel and Mike are going to try to catch up to the 14 of Liz Has Nothing. And, you know, great strong car early going for the 799 of Mike Check, but great pit stops by the 356, the 14, and the 544 have put them out in front of this 799 of Mike Check. I really thought that the 666 of Pistol Pete may have been able to pass all of them, but I think there was a little bit of a stutter as he was going through the pits right before he came to the start-finish line. He kind of slowed down, and I think that probably was what kept him back in the 6th position. So we'll check in on your leader, that 544, Frederick Winklebaum. He's in hot pursuit of another win for his career. So Winkle I was going to try to check in on career stats for him. But I cannot check in on career stats. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how many wins he has for his career, but he is looking for another one. I have to update the stats websites for that. If you're, I am showing the 66 of Hondo is a lap down, by the way. He is right there behind the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. So, if you are interested on the www.nmgaming.info, has all the career and season stats for every season of the More Freedom series, every season of the IROC series, and the combined career stats for all series are on the website. If you're interested in seeing what everybody, where your favorite driver is career wise, and always updated to the latest race is the points on the website. Check back here. Mike Check and Mel have not been able to make any headway to try to catch up to the 14. Liz Has Nothing. They're still about 1 second back right now as the 666 of Pistol Pete kind of catching up to that 42 of Mel Say What. Jump back through this field, and really, you know, we're kind of just cruising right now. I think you're only... See where people have wound up as a result of that, you know, the pit stops. Looks like the 777 of Seabass has moved up to 19th. He actually started 16th, lost a few, so he started on the outside, lost a few positions. He's up to 16th, or up to 19th now. As we see the 00 of Mudbone trying to work to the inside of the 300 of Resemble. Mudbone going really high right there, allowing the 329 of Heck of a Duber to try to get a run. See a 34 of Super Snake battling right here with the 51 of AJM. Check back here in the back of the pack, as JTM does look like he's able to get himself out of last place, currently into the 36th position, as Winkle is trying to pass the 23 of Fuller Than You. Ice Cream right there to his back bumper right now. Oh, almost a little bit of a bump on the 544. He slams the door on the 356. She had a great run coming out of into turn 3 and 4, but Winkle slams the door on her. So she looks like she's getting pretty racy at this point. and is trying to get around the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. So I think her tires and whatnots must be coming in. Oh, Hondo putting his hat into the ring, trying to just absolutely take away the ability of the 356 to take away the top position, which could help the 14 of Liz Has Nothing. Back into line. We're going to see if Ice Cream can catch back up to the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, who has now decided that it might be time for himself to get around this 23 of Fuller Than You with 23 laps to go here at Martinsville. I think we are refined, yeah, the most laps led on the day are going to be by the 799 of Mike Check. There's just not enough laps to get Winkle into that top position, as we see right now a battle possibly for the lead. Ice Cream not able to get off the turn, but Winkle had opened the door right there, and I thought Ice Cream was going to take advantage. So Ice Cream, I believe, had like 4 or 5 wins last season, and she is trying to start. Oh, here she goes. She's down to the inside. She is down to the inside of the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. She's going to easily take away the lead from the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. Winkle falling back. So Ice Cream some days for G3 Motorsports puts her, trying to crossover move right here. Frederick says, I'm not done yet. He takes that Geico Dodge, puts it down to the inside of the Public Chevy. As Ice Cream battling off a turn 4. Turn 2. Down the backstretch. Ice Cream on the outside, Frederick on the inside. Liz Has Nothing says, maybe it's time for me to pass the 66. As laps winding down here at Martinsville, the 544 Frederick Winklebaum is trying his darndest right now to get back out into the lead, take that back away from the 356 of Ice Cream some days. She's still got it by a half a car at the line. They're just slowly catching up to that 23 of Fuller Than You. I think lap traffic definitely going to play a part at the end of this race. So Ice Cream, I feel like, has the better car right now, as we can see her just driving away on the outside. Frederick's driving it hard down into the turn. If she can let Frederick just kind of ease out there in front of her, she might be able to do the crossover move again. As we see the 14 of Liz Has Nothing working down to the inside of the 66 of Hondo. Hondo getting a great run. Liz falls back again. The 799 of Mike Check now to the back bumper of the 14 of Liz Has Nothing. Basically the top 10 now stacked up here in the waning laps at Martinsville. So battle for the top position between the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days and the 544 Frederick Winklebaum. As Frederick down on the inside is still not able to take that position back from the 799 of Mike, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. He might have her here. She's working on the outside. She is just doing everything she can right now. That outside line, I don't know how she's doing it, folks, but she is keeping it going on the outside here as she works with about 10 laps to go. One more lap down. She has led the last 9 laps on the outside, as Frederick, I just don't think, has the car. He's able to keep up just because he's able to get down into that inside of the turn. He's able to just slightly keep up with her through the turn, but her car on the straightaway, I think right now, is the better car, and especially through through 3 and 4, she definitely has a better run through 3 and 4 than Winkle does, enabling her to get off the turn a lot better. So laps winding down here at Martinsville. We're under 10 to go with a battle for the lead between the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days and the 544 of Frederick Winklevoss. Liz Has Nothing desperately trying to get around the 66 of Hondo. If Liz can get around this, so Liz finally down to the inside of the 66 of Hondo. She just can't get off of the turn, as I think Hondo is going to try to play spoiler here, possibly to the 356. If he can get a little bit of a, I mean, there's not going to be much draft help here, but Ice Cream has a great run down into 3 and 4. We're going to see what she does off of 3 and 4 here. She might have him. She might have a full. She's able to finally, on the outside, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days fully takes over the lead. No more back and forth battle with the 544 Frederick Winklevoss. We got about 5 laps to go here at Martinsville. Your leader all the way right now is the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. What an intense battle for the lead for about 16 laps here at Martinsville between your now leader, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days, and the 544 of Frederick Winklevoss. So Ice Cream, who started in the 5th position today, had a great pit stop, enabling her to get out into the 2nd position. Finally, those tires and stuff came in, and she was able to run down and pass the 544 Frederick Winklevoss. So amazing, amazing battle there between the two leaders here. With 3 laps to go, Ice Cream is your leader, and we're going to see if there's anybody right here at the end of this race that has to pit. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. She's down into 1 and 2. She's going to probably have enough to get around this track. And I mean, I would run it all the way out of gas at this point. She's down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4. Your winner here today at Martinsville, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. I think. Yes. I was waiting for the checkered flag to come out. So Ice Cream wins it here at Martinsville after a great 15-lap battle with the 544 of Frederick Winklevoss, in which she drove around him on the outside. Just some great racing between those two. And let's go through your finishing top 10. Again, your winner is the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Second's going to be the 544 of Frederick Winklevoss. Third will be the 14 of Liz Has Nothing. Fifth will be the 799 of Mike Check. I'm sorry, 4th will be the 799 of Mike Check. 5th will be the 42 of Mel Say What. 6th will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. 7th will be the 72 of Duchess. 8th will be the 07 of Douchebaggins. 9th will be the 96 of Nico. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. So G3 Motorsports bookends the top 10 with the 356 and the 8. Great racing here today, and if it can't get any better, we go to High Speed Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Atlanta 100 next week. That should be an amazing race. Let's go through your current points. Going to be a great points day for Ice Cream. She was running way back in 37th here, and so she should get a huge boost to her points. And Roddy ends up finishing back in 29th, so when you're looking at your points here on the screen, let's check in on those team and chassis standings. Great day for G3 Motorsports. And Amish Buggy had a person in the top 10, as did MBR. A couple drivers in the top 10, though, for Douche Motorsports. But so you're seeing those points here on the screen. Amazing race here today at Martinsville. Congratulations to your winner, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. She battles hard right here at the end of the race to pull out a win, leading 21 laps right there at the final 21 laps to win this race. So congratulations to the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. She is your winner. And until next week at Atlanta, take care.